Very exciting night tonight, people. Sweet 16 for MSU. Not wearing the hat. Now, here's the deal on the hat. And by the way, welcome into the webcam. YourNews.com, the Parker and the Man page. March 26th, 2010. It's nitty-gritty time. It's down and dirty time. It's win or go home time. Well, it's been that way for a while, but I had the Spartan hat on. Now, you didn't see the webcams the last few days along with the pieces that I wrote, but I was wearing the Spartan hat. I've got the hat right here, okay? There's the hat. There's the little Sparty logo. Now, I'm not putting it on because I get a little superstitious about the Spartans, and I'm a little geeky about this. As you know, I'm a Spartan, Michigan State graduate. Thank you very little. And I realize that every time they win, I don't have the hat on. I only have the hat on pre-game, like days that they're not playing, and then afterwards. So I'm leaving it off. Plus, I think the hair looks good today. No, seriously, I get this way, man. I'll wear the same underwear. I'll do all that stuff, sometimes for these superstitions. So the hat stays over here for the time being, tucked away, along with the Sparty duck that's up over there. And we'll see if MSU and you and I can go at it, and not you and I, but you in Northern Iowa, Kurt Warner School, can go at it tonight after Ohio State and Tennessee. A little late night action tonight on CBS in the Sweet 16. Love this stuff. Great time of year, isn't it? Fun, happening, exciting. Tom Izzo with all the lines. Can't do it till you dream it. You get me through game one, I'll get you through game two. That kind of thing. He's 15-3 in game twos, baby. Tom Izzo. He knows what he's doing. So if they can get past Northern Iowa, certainly a Cinderella in the tournament. You all know about it. They go on to the Elite Eight and a possible third matchup of the year with Ohio State if they can get past Tennessee. And then get past that, it's on to Indy for the Final Four. A replay of 2000. So welcome into this Parker and the Man page. But the piece today, and there is some stuff on Michigan State and UNI on the task tonight for Raymar Morgan and Draymond Green and Derek Nix and Chris Allen and everybody not named Kalen Lucas, with Lucas being out with the Achilles injury for the next half year. But the piece is on the end of the run for Dick Purtan. 45 years, and Dick Purtan is saying bye-bye to Detroit. His last day on the air at WOMC is today, is this morning. Maybe by the time you're seeing this, Dick Purtan will be a semi-retired individual. I don't really believe, and I think he even admitted last night, he talked to Channel 7, what a stunner there, because of course his daughter works there, Joanne Purtan, that he is going to do some stuff, maybe internet-based. I'm sure you'll see him on TV, that kind of thing. Dick Purtan doesn't go away. As I wrote in the piece today, longtime radio legends don't go away. They just start doing voiceover work. So that's what he'll probably be doing. So the whole piece is on not just Dick Purtan, but kind of radio in general in Detroit for those kinds of guys. Not so much sports radio, but disc jockey type radio. The guys that have made a difference over the years. The Arthur Penhallows, Jim Johnsons, J.P. McCarthy's, some of the legends. Casey Kasem once worked in Detroit. All those names. You'll see all about it and read about the piece. It's not a very long piece today. Not like the Osgood piece was. I just want to give my impressions and a little salute to Dick Purtan, who's done some wonderful things in the community. He's actually a neighbor of mine, just over there in the lake. And he's done great stuff with us at the Muscular Dystrophy Association for the telethon. I'm proud to have been associated with him to do that over the course of 20, 25 years, whatever it is here in Detroit. So, again, the piece is on Dick Purtan. And again, goodbye, Dick. After all those many moons we'll see around town. And then more on Michigan State and UNI. Not UNI, but Northern Iowa. Kurt Warner, by the way, did talk to the coach by phone, Ben Jacobson, the quarterback, of course, who was probably the most famous alum of Northern Iowa University, the Panthers of Northern Iowa. So again, more stuff on that. If you didn't see the game late last night, the Kansas State double overtime thriller against Xavier, man, I want to tell you missed one of the all-time. I thought the Michigan State-Maryland game would go down as an all-time classic, but that Kansas State-Xavier, the back and forth, Jordan Crawford playing for Xavier, he's from Detroit, had 32 points. Jacob Pullen, though, was outstanding for Kansas State. So they got themselves a little Elite Eight date with Butler, who upset Syracuse, although I'm not so sure that's an upset anymore. I think Butler's right there, and Butler has been pretty good for the last 5, 6, 7, maybe up to 10 years. So wouldn't that be something if Butler could make the Final Four? So that's in there too. Read about the thriller from last night that was Kansas State. I was literally on my feet and screaming half the time for some of those guys. Dontrelle Willis, what a performance by him. Pretty good. 4 innings against Toronto in the spring game in Lakeland yesterday against the Blue Jays. Gave up just 1 run, 1 hit. D-Train could be the guy for the 5th spot in the Tigers starting rotation. I'm telling you, if he can make this comeback with the money they're paying him, it would be huge. So read about that. And also, The passing of Chet Simmons. Chet Simmons was the first ever ESPN president back in 1979 during the launch. When SportsCenter first went on the air on September 7th of that year, George Grand and Lee Leonard were on the desk. Lee Leonard had the big line. He delivered the line about going to sports heaven when you watch this show, SportsCenter. And, of course, it's become a staple in American sports television, American television for Disney and ESPN and ABC all these years, 31 years now. But I was privileged enough to talk to Chet Simmons when after that thing went on, I wanted to be part of it, and they needed reporters. They didn't have reporters like they have now, so they used some of the guys around the country to contribute pieces. I did that for a good part of 2 decades, for almost 20 years. And it was Chet Simmons who got me started because I called him up. He was cool enough to talk to me. He sent me to an executive producer, and the rest is history. Many in town. Freddie Human used to do a ton of pieces, too. We both made a lot of money from ESPN over the years, doing pieces and other things on various shows, not just SportsCenter, but Scholastic Sports America, pregame shows for football and other things, and college basketball. Did a lot of stuff for them over the course of time. Chet Simmons passed away at the age of 81, so I wanted to say a little something about Chet Simmons, who went on to become the first USFL commissioner, United States Football League, back in the 80s. 81 years old, so Chet Simmons, we're going to miss you too. He was television at ESPN, and we needed more of his kind. So there you go. Check it all out. The Dick Purtan piece today, the MSU Northern Illinois stuff. Again, here's the hat. The hat's ready to go. It's just not going to be on my head for superstition purposes. The Kansas State win over Xavier, and Dontrelle Willis, D-Train, doing some action, doing some business. Give it up to D-Train against the Blue Jays. It's all on the Parker and the Man page at yournews.com. Have a great weekend. Smarty!